Yeah, that's effectively what happened to me. Um, like I don't know exactly what went down or like, cause like yeah, like right now, again, like I told you earlier, I think like my nose doesn't work the way it's supposed to, simply because like you're supposed to breathe through your nose because more of your lungs fill with air when you inhale through your nose. And unlike most fat people, I am a nose breather. Like I should be a mouth breather by all logic. I should be, but I'm not. But the thing is, I breathe through my nose, but when I breathe through my mouth while I'm talking, my O2 sats rise up. Like my lung, and I think what it is my lungs when I'm just sitting still doing nothing because I'm so fat, like the weight on my back like presses down on my lungs and it makes the air with breathing heavy or breathing hard. It's just the weight on your lungs is squishing your lungs, so it's making like the air shoot out faster. But when I'm talking, I'm kind of sort of holding my breath a little bit so that I can actually speak. And so because of that, what ends up happening is the air is staying in my lungs a little bit longer, and my lungs are able to absorb more oxygen from my lungs, and I'm taking deeper breaths, or I'm breathing more frequently because because I'm drinking, because I'm speaking. Also, a dude Chico came and got that that wine that y'all found at the house,
Oh my god.
and it fucking settled, dude. Like it was sitting on the tea table in the living room. It was sitting on the table, and like it sat there for so long, it turned into like apple juice. Like it cleared up. Like all the sediment and stuff settled to the bottom, and it was no longer cider. And I told him I cannot condone you drinking this. I don't know if it's fit for consumption. And his response to that was, "I'm about to find out."
It's Chico's the G. Um, so what the thing I hate about my job, um, because I never talk about hating my job. I'm going to give you a sneak peek into my life. Um, it's turned me into a mouth breather
How?
because when so well first off it's my nose and my sinuses and um, like my nose can be completely empty, but you know what's swollen shut? Everything up there.
Oh
So
man.
I can't breathe through my nose. And I I have to talk for a living. And one of the reasons I hate listening to my calls is because you can hear me breathing so much because I'm breathing from my mouth because I can't get anything through my mouth.
That's how it used to be when I used to record certain videos. Like if you go back to like my early videos, I think back when I was using the expensive microphone, like you could hear at the end of certain sentences that like the air that was left in my lungs would like, hold on, where's the microphone? It would sound like this every time I would end the sentence. It would sound just like that, and it probably
I didn't hear
still.
it.
Oh well, it picked up on the microphone. It like the Elgato picked it up because I redlined like a motherfucker. So like, and I'm pretty sure it still does that, but I really can't tell because like that's what it was.
No,
It was like exhaling from my nose, but like I was exhaling real hard.
I'm still a no sleeper. Like I don't sleep with my mouth or breathe through my mouth when I'm asleep because it's like my sinuses are just kind of like, oh, we'd like to live through this, and so when I'm asleep they open up.
Jesus Christ.
But legit, like the second I wake up, let's settle in for the night, y'all.
Hmm.
And I cannot spend a single. It's the saddest. thing in the world. I can't spend a single day outside without my allergies ruining my life for literally the next week.
Oh man, you need to use some Flonase.
I have a flonus. Um, the problem is that my sinuses are so swollen sometimes. There's no point in spraying it up there because it ain't going nowhere.
My the doctor Bane. I was look. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like when it comes to medicine, especially for fat people, the biggest issue is that like they assume that every problem that you have is because you're overweight.
It's because you're fat.
Yes. It does like they don't think beyond your fat. They really don't. So like for like there was I don't know if you remember, but like not too long ago, like earlier this year and some part last year, I had a cough that just didn't want to go away.
Yeah,
And I
you
yeah,
have that white lung.
like it was just not going away. And so I was really unsure about what the hell was happening because the TV is on and my subtitles are on. So I'm like halfway reading the subtitles. And they slip into my sentences. Um, and so what was happening was like I wasn't really coughing anything up, but like it was bad. Like it was really messing with my breathing and everything. And then I realized like because I wasn't sick, like I wasn't sick, but like it was like prenatal like postnasal drip. That's what it seemed like. So he prescribed me some Flonase, and he's like this should help. It wasn't that.
Oh, it does.
It would have if that was the problem. That wasn't what was
Yeah,
wrong.
no, for allergies and crap, yeah, it helps.
Yeah,
Like
it
if
wasn't.
I have
It wasn't
moments
allergies.
of clarity up there, and I can actually get the spray in, if I can do that a few days in a row, I will be fine. It works, if that's your issue.
But yeah, it wasn't that. Like I have a CPAP machine, and like they tell you if you have a CPAP machine, you need to clean. Like you need to have it clean. Like they tell you to like take the hose out, rinse out the reservoir, like change the mask out, like because it's wet and like bacteria can form. And it wasn't until, and I went as far as like trying to like sniff bleach mist. And what it was like I have this thing that helps with that like it creates ozone to clear out like to kill any kind of bacteria. Like it runs for like
Uh-huh.
25 minutes, and I used that and I used it once, and I thought it was like causing me problems because I was like I don't know what ozone is, and I don't know like how bad it is for you because you can definitely smell it. But what happened was I cleaned out the CPAP machine, and literally like 2 days later, like my cough had cleared up, and I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed. I was
Just the
upset
black
with
ones.
I was upset with myself. I was like, you knew that you were supposed to be doing this. You knew this. You knew that you were supposed to be taking care of the CPAP thing, and you weren't. And it just never crossed your mind. And the wild part is like, I don't know if I had gone to a pulmonologist, would they have been like, "Are you cleaning out your CPAP?" Like I don't know if they would have thought that, because a part of me feels like they wouldn't have. A part of me like, cause he didn't think to ask like, "Do you use
Well,
this?"
well, come on. So first, let's give him the qualifier. Let's remember who it was,
Okay.
and then on top of that, if it's something that they do regularly, it probably wouldn't be the first time they've run into that situation. Because like you just reach a point where like when you're dealing with people in a specific situation, and especially if somebody developed this type of cough, an extended cough at that, um, then they're probably going to have run into it before.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I don't know how we got on that subject, but yeah, that helped. It helped to actually clean the damn thing out, or like use the thing that I paid for to help clear it out, and it works. Like I haven't had a cough in like a while now, but ugh. Anyway, oh Lori Beth, you have been the slipperiest of bastards.
So slippery.
Um,
I feel like we got most of it though.
no, we had all of it because we touched on the whole if you're fat, you're undesirable, which is like one of those things that as a fat person, when you say that out loud, like, and you realize that like what you're saying is that like yeah, because I'm fat, people will look at me differently in a way that like will make me like I'm unlikable because I'm overweight. Like that's it. Like I can't be funny. I can't get loud with anyone. I can't do it. Like, 'cause it happened a lot in high school, like in school. Like you're not allowed to try to be funny. You're fat. Therefore, you're a bad person. You're ugly and you're
Yeah,
worthless. Like,
you're the butt of the joke, not the
like
jokester.
yeah, you don't get to be funny. The only time you get to be funny as a fat person is if you're rich, and you're not rich. Like you're short, fat, and your eye is weird. You are here for our amusement. Don't forget your place. Trash.
And then they spit on you.
It's spit on me, yeah.
Oh
So
my
that's
god.
so that's how I felt.
As somebody, probably me, came behind you with a box of salt, yelling, "Gary, Sam!"
It's so like that's just how I felt, and I didn't know how else like to word that shit. That's just how the fuck I felt, and I feel that's how it is now. Cause like Jordan always says, like you can't make fun of anyone, but fat people are still on the table. The table is buckling, but they're on it. Yeah, you can still make fun of fat people. That's fine. It's like they tried hard to do the whole like body shaming is wrong thing, but let's be real. They really meant that for women. They didn't mean that for men.
Yeah.
They mostly meant like, well, with women it's wrong, but like with men, like who fucking cares about you guys? It's like who gives a shit that you're overweight and unhappy?
On women, it can be sexy, kind of, sort of, if you look a specific way. Maybe.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
cause that's
Probably
the one
still not, but I'm
that
going to stay
that's
cool just so I look like I fit in.
yeah, cause that's the one thing that like a lot of like overweight women don't really seem to grasp is like when they say like yeah you can be big and sexy, they don't mean all of y'all. They mean girls who are pretty in the face and like their proportions are nice. If you're big, like everything needs to be in the right proportions. Like big, like boobs, hips, ass, thighs, all of that needs to look a certain way. Like fucking Lizzo makes it work because she has a nice face, but her figure isn't great. Like I ain't saying like you gotta. I'm not saying that she's a fetish thing, but I am saying that like Lizzo doesn't have like the typical. Her and Monique, like did not have like the typical. Her, Monique, Gabourey Sidibe, like none of them had Melissa McCarthy. None of them had the thick girl body type. They weren't thick. They were fat. You know what I mean? Like they were just straight up fat. But when we talk about like that thing, we're talking about people like Takara. That's the only person I can think of at the moment. Uh,
But then she got thin.
yeah, she did, and then she still had massive tits. So it was always gonna work out for her. It was always gonna work out for her. But that's what they mean.
Freaking started as a model.
Yeah, like, and that's what they mean though. Like, you mean that you have to be pretty. And again, Lizzo is cute. Like, Lizzo has a very nice face. She has like a nice, like, she has nice smooth features. She has a good, like, a nice complexion. But like Gabourey, nah, pimp. Like, Gabourey is a fat black girl. Not to say
But
that's
that's okay.
yeah, because she's fucking funny.
She found her man.
Bitch,
Somehow,
is this cake?
somehow they got. Man, that video kills me every time because she knew immediately, and she just took it in stride.
I think the reason we like Gabourey Sidibe is because she's a real person. I think that's the reason me and you find her funny, is because she comes off as a real human being.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she reminds us of Big Boy from fucking Deuce Bigelow. Because that was a real person.
Oh god, somebody's again. Oh god.
That was a real person. Like he was pretending to be a woman, but like he was being himself in that character.
Yes. Yes.
And I think that's how come we like Gabourey. Because like I think I was sold on Gabourey when I fucking watched Coven. I was like, okay, I like her now. Like period. That's it. Like can't nobody sway me on this. Like
Queen was real.
she'd have to actively kill a baby for me to be like, I don't like her no more. like she'd have to intentionally kill a baby for me to be like, oh, that bitch sucks. So like, nah, that's not happening. But no, she's awesome. Like, yeah, she's.
Well,
And
it's
again, I
just
think.
when it's kind of cool when you realize or when you find out that like people who are popular or are known for this specific thing that's like really serious, but then you find out that they're actually just real and real stupid at that.
Mm. There's this line from Rick and Morty that goes like, what does it say? Like, everyone's the people they like to be right. Everyone wants the people that they like to be right. That's why celebrities are fucking dumb. And like I think that that's something that like I 100% agree with like the entire concept of that because I feel like most people don't realize that the person they like can be a piece of shit and you can still like them. Cause like personally, like if people were like Mike, like you've met Mike, you know that Mike is like an abrasive character. I like Mike.
I've never spoken to him.
No, probably not. But like
I literally I saw his face once and I was like, oh, and then
yeah,
like
yeah, he looks like a scary black dude. Like he's a
yeah.
big scary black dude, and I like Mike. Period. I do. Like, and I think that most people are like, yeah, Mike's an asshole. Mike's aware that he comes off as an asshole. He does not much care. And like the reason I'm bringing this up is like if I was to like introduce someone to Mike, like, oh Mike, this is my blah 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 blah, and they was like, why do you like him? That dude sucks. It's like my response to that would simply be, you don't have to like him. I'm not asking you to be his friend.
No,
I just
so
happen to
I
introduce you.
actually ran into that situation at the last place I worked at the ramen restaurant. So there was a dude that got hired there that so first of all, like that place is kind of like a cult. When you work there, like they want you to be all in, like with the lifestyle. Like when you work there, like you are best friends with everybody here now. Like we want to go hang out after work together, do all this bullcrap, and they could never induct me into the cult. But they also knew that they weren't going to be able to, and they accepted that, which is why I'm still cool with like literally everybody. Um, Now, any other people who have worked there and were either fired or quit hate that place because of its cult-like tendencies, and they have nothing but negative things to say about it. Like, the turnover is pretty high because if you get in there and you don't mesh with the rest of the crew, it doesn't matter whether you're good at your job or not. If you don't mesh with the rest of the crew, they're kind of probably going to fire you. And there was one specific guy that came in, and he did not like a single person that he worked with, and nobody liked him except for me and another person, and we were the only two people that he liked. It was me and the trans girls that, and we both worked up front. We were the only ones he liked. Everybody else there hated him, and like when they fired him, they were like, how do you even, because they would say stuff about him and I was like, he was cool. And they're like, no, he wasn't. Like, how can you say that? And I'm like, here's the thing.
That sentence in general is like one of those like we can stop talking now, I suppose. Because like, he was cool. Like, no, he wasn't. I was like, oh, fuck my opinion then, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm like, he may not have liked you, but he liked me.
It's
So
like,
I don't have a problem with him. So, like, he didn't treat me the way he treated you at all. So, like, just because you have that opinion of him does not mean I'm going to have that opinion of him.
not at all. Because like I can definitely say like that's kind of how like the relationship with me and you is. Because like yeah, like there were thoughts about you in school, and like it took a while like kind of like to figure out like like that's irrelevant, like what other people think of like one individual, and I mean like I try not to like dwell too much on like what my thoughts were as a teenager because children are stupid, and I am an adult now, and I should like I can make better judgment calls. But like yeah, that like I could argue like that all of my friends would come off as like annoying or something to some. I said that shit in the hospital, like when I made it up to St. Louis. I forgot what I said exactly or why it came off or what I was like why I said it. But like it was like on my first day there, it was like this group of black nurses, and I think I forgot what it was I was doing, but I think what I was doing was like kind of holding people up, or like I kept asking for stuff, and I think I said something along the lines of like y'all might start to think that I'm like I tend to come off as annoying. It's because I am. Know that I got one nurse to laugh the entire time. Like like what she said was I can't with him, and I was like I'll take it. I will fucking
That's
take it.
exactly what you're looking for.
They was, man. I was trying so because like I don't think anybody else understood that like I kind of almost died like a week ago, so like it's been kind of rough for me. Like it's been kind of rough. It's been a not fun few days. So like my whole thing was I'm in here just making jokes. I'm trying to be funny. I'm trying to open up. I'm trying to talk to people, which is something I'm not very good at. Something I don't enjoy doing. And like I like in certain rooms I was getting nothing. When I was in the OR and they were putting the catheter in, I was making jokes and like nothing. And as we were getting ready to leave, and they were like putting me like on back on the bed to like wheel me back to my room, I just straight up said, "I'm funny, damn it." I was so not in the mood for that. So this is irrelevant, but I thought it was interesting. So like I had my headphones, like I was on my bed and I was like, "Where's my phone?" And me and one of the nurses was trying to find my phone, and I was like, "No, I had it with me when we went down to the thing, like, and we left it on the bed." And it's like, "Is it under me? Like, where's my fucking phone?" And we couldn't find it. Like I had my headphones, and so what I did was I hit play on the headphones, and the music started. I was like, "It's nearby." Like I don't know where it is, but it's close. And I was like, "Call my phone." And so she called it, and the phone starts ringing, and it's like under the bed, like padding, like and I like in all the places we looked, like I think it was like in a little pocket down on the side of the bed. And when she found it, pulled it out from where it was, I looked at her and said, "We would have never found that." And it's like it sucks, man. It sucks when like you're trying really hard to like communicate with people who are working a stressful job because like you kind of can't anymore. Like they're doing the best they can, and they've probably been here for 13 hours. Like, well, closer to like 11, possibly 10. They're tired. They want to go home. And you, like me, in the situation I was in, I was tired. I didn't feel good. I did not feel good, but I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be in the situation I was in. But I felt like if I can just like ignore it, I'll get through this easier. At some point, me and Jordan will have to tell you about Pop Tarts. Because Pop Tarts became my my travel SpongeBob. It was amazing. She was really cute, really sweet. Outstandingly dull. Fuck me. I was like, I really hope she doesn't come across this video. It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying she's dull. It's like, she sucks. No,
If she makes it this far.
if you make it like into the fucking, we've been here for 3 hours. So by all means, if you somehow decided to like watch any of these, because I'm splitting these up, obviously.
Yeah.
Uh,
Lord Beth Denver, you slippery.
slippery, you slippery snake. She's like a greased pig. I said the most offensive thing I could think to say.
Mm-hmm.
It was
You
intentional.
did that.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
intentional. It wasn't an accident. That was on purpose. Because I was gonna call her a greasy watermelon. I was like, nah, nah. What else could I call her? Greased pig. There it is.
You grease it up and you toss it in the pool. Oh, oh God, break.
I
So who thought I was annoying in high school?
don't know. People just thought you were gay, and like because of that, it's also Tarika. She saw me hanging out with Rocco on the porch, and she was like, and like sometime later, like weeks later, she asked me about him. She's like, did he like you? I was like, we all right, we cool. And I was like, she's like, no, like, did he, you like? I was like, the fuck you talking about? like, I don't know what the shit you're talking about. She's like, you didn't hear? Like, he's supposed to be gay. And I was like, oh, good for him. Because like again, like I'm black, and so other black people assume that I'm black, and I'm not. Because like if Quantez happens to be gay, I could give a fuck. Cannot stress to you enough. I don't give a shit what he does in his private life. Where he puts his dick is not my business. Like we were just talking about music. That was all. Like and if he was like at any point was like mildly attracted to me, like you can do better. Also, Rocco has a massive fucking nose. So,
He does.
so that boy,
Wait,
I ain't got
was he
that bad.
working?
At the time,
Was he taking a break?
no, this is after. This is after. Like,
Okay.
like, like,
Wait, he
like, when,
came
like when,
back?
yeah, like when he found out where I lived, yeah, he came by to just like chat. That was I sat out on the porch and talked to him. Yeah.
You know what? He was honestly, like, literally, always like the most chill dude.
And he still is, from what I can tell. Like, and he definitely comes off as like somebody. Like, I think who he is like naturally, is conflicting with who he thinks he's supposed to be. Because I think like he wants to make music, but he wants to make clean music. He doesn't like want to do like the offensive, vulgar stuff. But at the same time, if the dude is gay, I feel like there's part of him that conflicts with that. And like I'm not a good Christian. I'm bad at being a Christian because like I'm conflicted with most Christians. Not Christianity as a whole, but with most Christians because I don't have it in me to hate somebody for their sexual preferences. Like I don't. And I don't necessarily consider them preferences. It's not a preference, it's what you like. Like I like ranch dressing and blue cheese. I prefer ranch. I will eat them both. It's like, but like when it
Man,
comes to, but when it
I
comes to,
had carrots and celery with blue cheese today.
that wasn't really the conversation. Man. All right.
You brought it up.
Okay. But no, it's like, so like, yeah, if that dude's gay, which I'm pretty sure he won't see this video, so I don't need to apologize to him. Although there's
And
nothing
if
here
he
to,
makes it this far,
there's nothing to apologize here. Because like, if you happen to be gay, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't know what else to say about that. Like, you're an adult. It's like Jesus knew you were gonna sin when he got hung from the cross. He did. He knew you was like, yeah, you're gonna fuck it up. Like,
yo,
what?
you said Jesus. Let me think. Uh, you should watch the Book of Clarence.
I'm gonna. I just haven't yet.
It's a fun time.
Your headphones are starting to act funny.
Really? No, I think I'm just fading.
Yeah, I'm saying. I think because like the melatonin has stopped working for me. And I think the reason the melatonin has stopped working for me is because when I come home, I go to sleep and I sleep from like 3 to 9. I get in about 6 hours. Today I got in like closer to 8. Today I got in closer to like 7 or 8. And then like what I'll
That's not
try to
even a
do.
nap. That's the whole REM
That I
cycle.
went to sleep. Yeah, I went to sleep. And now what I end up trying to do is like, okay, it's like 2 o'clock. I'm gonna go lay down and like take the melatonin, and I lay in the bed for like hours on top of hours and never fall asleep. And I think the solution is just to accept that this is my sleep cycle. Is like that, like yeah, you're gonna be up through the night because when you come home from the clinic, you're just too tired to stay awake. And like I've tried, like I have tried to like stay, but like dude, when the day is over at the clinic, I'm beat. Like I'm fucking tired, and so like
Yeah.
there's nothing else to do about it. Just it is what it is. I'm here.
That happens to me like during work because a lot of the time like I sit there and if it's a slow day, then I'm just sitting there and I can't leave. I can't go anywhere. Um and I'll have like a TV show on in the background. Like I just finished Avatar today. We gonna start that by the way. But I
Oh
have a
man,
TV show
I
on.
would like to point to. I would
And
like to let you know, like during the time that I was supposed to start that, I ended up in the hospital, and then I just
oh,
forgot about
no,
it.
here it is,
I
an excuse
forgot.
for the next 2 years. Here you
Like
go.
no, like
So
I straight up forgot. Like I straight up forgot. Like I started watching Fargo again, but like no, I have not finished. I watched the first episode of X-Men '97, so like I will watch it. I just forgot that I said I was gonna watch it.
dude, I have not even made it past the first season of the regular X-Men yet because I just haven't. Well, I had been working on that script like every night. I had been writing that script and then I finished it the other day. And so now I'm kind of just sitting in here and I'm like, what do I do at night? Um, but like I sit at my computer, uh, and like something is on and it gets quiet, kind of like it's just a steady drone in the background and there are no phone calls and then I'm just like and I slowly fade, sitting at the computer like an old person. And then I'll feel my head drop and I'm like, oh nope, I'm still here. And I'll start again and then I'll hear incoming call and I'm like, God, right when I was about to be out. And
Mm.
but by the time I finish my shift, I'm like, oh, exhausted. But then I'm like, oh, but I have to eat something. Or do I come in here and take a nap? So like I lay down for like 20 minutes, but the problem is that like my brain doesn't shut off. So it was kind of pointless for me to be laying down for that 20 minutes, and then I have to eat something, and then
Yeah,
I'm just up until 4 o'clock in the morning anyway.
yeah.
It
You
doesn't make any
basically,
sense.
yeah, you basically just described what it's like for me. It's like to come home from the clinic. Yeah, you basically just did. Um, but we're coming to a close here. This last 30 minutes was interesting to say the very least. Um, but as like to close this off, like it is what like the whole point of us even starting this 3 hours ago was yeah like if you well no I'm past that. It's like it is just like the stigma in America is like if you are overweight you don't have value. And there will be plenty of people who say, "Oh, that's not true." It's like, yeah, it kind of is, because being
It's our
stupid,
lived experience. Do not discount our experience.
like, oh my God, girl, say that shit again. It was like that's
It's
what
our
did.
lived experience.
Yeah,
Do
do
not
not
discount
discount
our
our
lived
experience.
experience.
It's like you can be all the way dumb and like have multiple kids and like get married and shit. I know people who prove the concept. You can be straight up fucking stupid, like super duper stupid, and like that not be a problem for people. They'd be like, no, it's fine, it's whatever. But no, like being fat, being overweight in any capacity, nah, that's not on the table, pimping. Because a lot of people still see it like, especially like people like me. Like there are a lot of fat people out there who like are incredibly I don't say athletic. but like mobile. Like they walk a lot, they do a lot of stuff that makes them come off as kind of normal. Like people like Drewski, or like like there's a lot of like fat dudes who wear clothes they shouldn't be wearing because they look terrible in them.
What's the point of him?
Drewski, he's funny. That's it.
No, I don't think so.
So okay. But like yeah, so like people like there's other people definitely, and like I don't. It's the one thing I think that like with fat people like in the media is like they try to make them look like quote unquote normal people by making them wear things that like making them wear clothes that a thin person might wear, like, and it fits in a very specific way, and I don't like it. I hate it a lot because they always look terrible. Like fat people, like in like skinny jeans, like why? Why would that be something you would choose to wear? Like you look awful in that. That's my opinion, obviously, but whatever the fuck. But no, like yeah, that's what it really does come down to. It's like if you are fat, like you don't have value. If you're a man, that is to say, because clearly with women, you can be unattractive and fat, and you'll be okay. Like you can still get all the way laid. You can get impregnated multiple times. You can be fat, unattractive, and mean as shit, and you will still find a dude who is willing to like ruin his life by making you a large part of it. Like just 100%. It just, but as a man, like especially a man with like mediocre income, like oh no, you don't have value. Like it is what it is. And like I don't know, I'm not saying that it's only fat dudes, fat broke dudes. I'm saying there's definitely a lot of dudes out there who would definitely say like, yeah, I have a hard time talking to women because like the women I come across are like this. And I think a lot of guys, when they like come across that like way too often, it's interesting because like with women, if they come across men who are too aggressive or too much of a certain thing that they don't like, it's real easy for everyone to get behind them and say that we need to change and we need to do better. But if multiple men come out of the woodworks, and it's like a lot of the women I meet are like very like superficial and incredibly like all they care about is money and this, that, and the third, like everyone's gonna fucking find some way to defend that. Like it's not the women, it's you. It's like okay, so like again, like it's just like it's easier. It's like, I guess at the end of the day, it's easier for men to have no value than it is for a woman to have absolutely no value. But like, it definitely feels like, well, for me, it definitely feels like yeah, when you're fat, like it's hard. It gets mad hard. Like it doesn't matter if you're a good person or whatever the fuck. Most people don't give you an opportunity to figure that out. They aren't interested. They look at you and they decide who you are. And I'm pretty sure there are plenty of women out there with multiple kids who've experienced this exact same thing. That people look at them with like 3 or 4 kids and they assume something about you almost immediately. And they might be right, but a lot of times they probably aren't. You know what I mean? But
So I mean, that's most people about most people.
yeah, because it's easier, honestly. Because like in most cases, they aren't gonna stop to get to know you. But this is it. This is the end of. This is the inaugural Sorta Like a Podcast. 3.5 hours, just talking to my friend.
Yeah, we didn't have to go this long.
No, we didn't. But I got some stuff I want to tell you that I can't tell you on camera. So y'all can leave now. Goodbye.